My life be like, yeah. 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 My life be like, yeah.
So I'm waiting for a couple more people to get up in here. Gotta show y'all something. I'm gonna show y'all. Gotta show y'all something. It's like loyalty only goes so far. You know what I mean?
My life be like, yeah. 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 My life be like, yeah.
Couple more people. Waiting on a couple more of y'all to get on in here. A couple of y'all need to get on in here. I'm waiting for y'all to turn in. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and start. Well, y'all gotta check this out. Let me remind you, a lot of folks go through situations like this in life, you know what I'm saying? They go through their ups and downs or whatnot. But this shit here is crazy. And the crazy thing about it is this what you tell folk when folk get mad. Let me get my light right. Okay, people get mad. Now, people, I ain't trying to tell you what to do. I ain't trying to get in your business or none of that. But if you with somebody and they got an idea about something, like they got some spark about themselves, a plan, a way out. You know what I'm saying? They got something going on. 9 times out of 10, hold on, let me cut this right here. 9 times out of 10, you need to stick with that person. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about like see where they mind is, see where they going, because you could be with that person, and before you know it, you could be with somebody that was all along planning something to benefit you and them. It might take some time for something to grow, just like a seed. You put it in the ground, you put some water on it, support it, put a stick in there, help it grow up straight and strong, and you bear the fruits of the labor from it. But this is what happens when you allow toxic people in your relationship and try to control your relationship, yours. When it's two of y'all, especially for it go both ways, but this is from the man's perspective because there's a lot of smart guys out there. You don't feel short because of a girl, her friend tell the girl he ain't doing this, he ain't doing. You need to do this and move on, and they left behind. And I know a girl personally from that I used to work with. She, this is similar to the story about basically her life. Same shit. She left the dude, and he didn't care that she was leaving him. And next thing you know, he had $1 million and some dollars. He became a millionaire, and he asked for her to come back, and she didn't want to come back. Then she felt guilty after he was treating the next girl like gravy, but he asked for her to come back. But when you see this, I'm just gonna run the show. I'm finna show y'all. This shit is crazy, boy. I'm widening the screen out so y'all can see my opinion.
Middle-aged woman named Melinda and advises her to seek professional help for anger management issues. During the court-appointed sessions, Melinda blames her ex-husband for everything and accuses him of
Get that right.
taking advantage of her. When the therapist questions her about her life, Melinda reluctantly agrees to share everything that had happened. In the past, we see Melinda bumping into a man named Robert Gale during a rainy evening at college. Already upset with the weather, Melinda loses control and hits him before walking away. But later that night, Robert visits her door.
Now this is how they met. They met in college. Now they met in college. Now both of them on a good level, good critical thinking and everything. This is when they first met each other.
Dorm room to return documents she had dropped during their meeting earlier. After her roommate Sarah insists she talks to him, Melinda takes her documents back but asks him to leave so she can finish her paper. Robert, however, points out a few mistakes he noticed while going through her documents, which finally gets.
And the man got a good head on him, you know what I'm saying? Bro got a good head on himself. He telling her what mistakes she made to help better her grades. This other girl telling her, girl, you better get in there. You up here trying to get smart. This dude trying to holler at you or something. He trying to help you with your schoolwork, dummy. But here you go.
Gets her attention and she agrees to take his help. The next day in the library, Robert tells her his dream of building a battery that is capable of charging itself. something that will solve basic power issues and make him rich. Over the
The boy had an idea. He had an invention. And he, a good-minded young man. And he ain't on no drugs, none of that. He ain't got no flaw. Well, he probably got a little flaw by working, but he was trying to come up with a plan. We could have came up with it. You'll see.
tutoring sessions, Melinda begins warming up to Robert, and the two become close. One day, while Robert comes over her poor grades, her sisters Brenda and June show up and tell her her mother has died. Robert attends the funeral with Melinda, where Brenda and June express their discomfort with having him around, especially knowing his poor financial situation. After introducing Robert to their husbands, Calvin and Casey, they tell him about Devon, Melinda's ex-boyfriend, hoping it would upset him. But Robert does not show any reaction. Seeing Melinda busy with her family, Robert tries to sneak out of the house, but she stops him to thank him for being there. Knowing he came by train, Melinda drops him off back at his RV, where they end up having sex. The two start to date, but Melinda's sisters are not happy with their coupling. They advise her not to tell him about the inheritance their mother left, as they believe Robert is only after the money. On their next date,
And look, they talking about some money and stuff. This man don't even know that much about her to even know that there. He don't even know that much about her, even be knowing anything about no money and that. Just somebody knows it and in business for nothing, just negative.
Robert tells Melinda he wants to sell his project to a venture capitalist, Preston and Howard. Melinda promises to stay by his side, and Robert shares that he wants to marry her one day.
Now, she promised to stay by his side. Now, with this man knowing that this is a promise, she gonna back him up with his idea, he was like, man, yeah, I found the one, so I'm gonna propose, I'm gonna marry you one day. You said this. But just know this, you have to keep your word. You have to keep your word on things when you saying things. Cause God will turn some stuff around. You got to have patience and loyalty. And you can't let everybody just brainwash you. Okay, check it out.
As he often worries about money, Melinda decides to buy him a car as a gift. But a few days after, Melinda stops hearing from Robert. She calls him, but he tells her that he is just busy working on his battery project. Suspicious of his behavior, Melinda drives over to his RV, where she finds him cheating on her with another woman named Diana Wells. Enraged, Melinda crashes her car into the RV with both of them inside.
Nah, he wrong for that. He wrong for that. Nah, he just was chilling with this girl, but they in college, they young. You're already getting a lot of negativity coming from the family side already. Stuff happens. You know what I'm saying? They wasn't married yet, but things happen. You know what I'm saying? In life, things happen. So, but a promise is a promise. Yeah, he was wrong for what he did. Ain't no doubt about that. He was wrong.
Inside before destroying his new car and attacking him before passing out. Melinda is rushed to where she has to undergo a full hysterectomy due to her excessive internal injuries, leaving her unable to have children. Robert tries to come see her in the hospital, but Brenda forces him to leave as she holds him responsible for the accident. A few days later,
Now, how you gonna get mad at this man? I understand protective of your family and whatnot. But how you gonna get mad at this man for some stuff that she did to herself? She went out there and threw that brick. I understand you mad and everything, because I cut up too. But you hurt yourself. Now, if you come to the hospital to see me and check on me, now, I appreciate you coming. You know what I'm saying? Because you feel sorry, about what happened. But you got some negative people who just want to make somebody feel bad. Somebody got to be it. Somebody has to be it. Let me repeat that again. I'm slide my mic up. Somebody has to be it. Somebody got to feel that bad energy when somebody negative. When somebody is negative, somebody got to let off that bad energy and negativity to somebody. And that's where that toxic shit come into play. Watch this.
Later, when Melinda is on bed rest in her home, Robert visits her again to apologize and patch things up again. They get back together. Robert tells her he lost his scholarship, so Melinda decides to pay for his last 2 semesters herself. Moved by her gestures, Robert asks her to marry him, and she happily accepts, but her sisters refuse to attend the wedding. For the next year, Robert spends most of his time working on the battery while Melinda supports him financially. When Robert fails to sell his product to Preston, Melinda is forced to get a job at Sarah's office, pulling double shifts as an office assistant and a cleaning lady because she does not want to go back to her sisters for help.
Now, she was solid. She was solid now. She was solid. She was one solid girl. For real. You don't get many like that. Some of them these days, they were like, you got an idea. What you doing now? What you doing now? You see, when you getting your blessing, it got to be wrapped up. When God get ready to deliver that thing to you, he going to make sure that you ready for it. Because another person's blessing ain't going to be meant for you if you not the right person. If you ain't got that right content at heart, if you ain't got that right mentality, watch how the tables will turn. Even though you put in this, you'll get you some. You'll get a blessing out of it because good people going to remember you. But you'll miss out on the long-term benefits of the blessing. Check it out.
A few months later, Robert thinks he has succeeded in finalizing his innovation, but when he tries to use the battery to power the entire house, he has an accident which damages the entire wiring system and puts them into debt. When Robert eventually graduates from university, Melinda is
Now that's an example right there. When you have dreams and goals, yeah, you're gonna mess up sometimes to get things going right. It's gonna that comes with it. You gotta learn all the what not to do. You gotta work the things out. You gotta get them kinks and them knots all out of there. You have to get all that out of there. That's just like when you fixing on the motor of a car and you want that thing tip top running good and smooth, or you want to put them floats on that joint. You want to put them dolls at the back and have them joints rattling and scat packing. You ain't never gonna hit that racetrack if that joint running hot. You ain't gonna hit that racetrack. You ain't gonna hit that strip when that joint running hot. You ain't gonna hit that strip when that joint got a big knocking noise and but you gonna test ride it to see what's wrong, right? So that's what you do. Even though it might cost a little bit, that stuff can be repaired. It's gonna cost you something, but it's called long-term benefits as blessings. They will come, but you gotta make sure that your mind right and you worked hard for it.
overwhelmed as she thinks he will finally get a job and she won't have to carry the entire burden of their finances herself. However, her happiness doesn't last long as Robert reveals he had spent 2
Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you too. And bro, he was so focused on doing this stuff, man. It was like a job. He'll work a job, but he wanted to. He had a vision. He had a good vision, and his mind was set on that vision. You know what I'm saying? No matter what was going on, he ain't let nobody knock him off his doggone ship. He ain't let nobody knock him off his table. None of that. He had a vision. He kept on going with it. Kept on going with it. You know what I'm trying to tell you? Now you gotta stay focused. The whole purpose is stay focused, especially to you men. Stay focused. Stay focused. There's a lot of stuff gonna get thrown at you. Women too. There's gonna be a lot of stuff get thrown at y'all. Most of the stuff that gets thrown to the women gonna be the stuff in your ear. A lot of stuff gonna hit your ear that gonna make you look at stuff a different way. Cause women, you are emotional creatures, And y'all judge things off emotions, you know what I'm saying? So can't fault y'all for being so emotional, but you can break that. You gotta trust and believe, you know what I'm saying? Called trust and believe. A little loyalty, a little love, life, loyalty. Believe me, it's gonna work. Be strong by faith.
2 years in prison for trying to rob a grocery store, and no companies are ready to hire a felon. Seeing she is disappointed in him, he assures her he just needs to perfect his battery design and secure an interview with Prescott, so Melinda has no choice but to trust him again. This time, she mortgages her house to pay for his research as she still believes in him, but this routine ends up continuing for almost 2 decades, with him never having a breakthrough. By this time, Diana has become a secretary at Preston, and Robert approaches her to arrange a meeting with her boss, but it does not go over well. The next day, Robert gets a call from the security officer at Prescott, who warns him not to send any more letters or try to contact their employees, or else they will have to call the police. Frustrated, Robert throws his stuff away, and Melinda begs him to focus on getting a job for once so he can help support them too. Knowing the couple will soon lose their house, Melinda's sisters visit them with a plan to save their home. Although still mad at her, they suggest they get a loan from the owner of the restaurant they deliver food for and join them at work. Calvin tells Robert the money will be enough to release the house, but he will have to be on time and never miss a payment, otherwise their trucks might get.
In some way, that's a red light. That's a red light right there. Because you can't just come in somebody's life and expect them to jump and do what you want them to do right then and there. You got to sit down and talk to them. But it went kosher though. You know what I'm saying?
Get repossessed. As they insist he give it a try, Robert reluctantly agrees to do it. Robert starts working with them.
Nah, that's a green light. That's a green light right there. Everything went on go. Everything was good to go. Everything. Everything was good to go now. Good to go. Got him a job. Still thinking about his little intervention. You know what I'm saying? His invention and everything. Everything was go. But, you gotta think about it. When you forget about what you were focused on and start focusing on what the others was focusing on, it'll kind of throw you off. So you get different moods. You get different moods get to popping up in you. On and off, go, low, different emotions. Mad, angry, sad, happy, go. Now, stop, in there, on. But folks forget about just being, you gotta be neutral. Be neutral for a while. Just stay home to yourself.
But is not happy about giving up on his project and ignores Melinda as punishment. In the meantime, Diana watches videos of Robert's research and decides to give him a chance. She calls him right in the middle of delivering.
Now this is when the stuff getting crazy, because this is the girl that he was messing with in college. You know what I'm saying? But she ain't coming off of him like a bad person or nothing. Hold on 1 minute. Hello? Hey. Okay. Huh? Well, yeah. So I come through there tomorrow, cause right now I got my thing on. Okay. All right. Hey, you see that invite I sent you? Mm. Yeah. You can get in your inbox. Okay. Okay, sorry y'all, but yeah, that's the girl he was messing with when he first met the girl that he married to now. That was the girl that he was in the RV with when the girl snapped out and threw the brick through his car. But even though they was messing with each other back then, they kept things now as business. See, people don't realize some people come in and out your life. It be a season thing. Sometimes they be lovers, sometimes they best friends, sometimes they are hitting whatever, study buddies. But that's a young thing. You go through different things, but them people you'll never forget, and them people know you, and they know that you got potential. So some people will look out for folks just to be looking out, and they'll respect what you got going on. Most do, some don't. But at this point right here, she respected what he had going on and helped him out. You know what I'm saying? Set him up with an interview and everything. So now things are getting to look a little bit shaky because this is when it moved and it started swinging around. Watch.
delivering an important order for the company and informs him that she has arranged his meeting with Prescott. Overwhelmed, he abandons the work to return to the city and visit Prescott. Calvin and Kate
So you give me a deal like that right there to meet with these folks, and they said, yo, I'm gonna leave that job too. I'm gonna turn that joint around and I'm gonna go back with my idea. Cause I know one thing. I done spent half of my life, adult life up here working on this idea. And it ain't gonna go in vain. And driving the truck pay good, but I'm gonna own me a company and folks gonna be driving and delivering these batteries. This how he thinking about it. You know what I'm saying?
Casey find out and rush over to the house to scold him for trying to mess with their jobs and decide to deliver the order themselves. As they leave, Melinda confronts Robert that her sister had found Diana's wallet in his truck and thinks he is cheating on her again.
Now this is when that doggone mood get to swinging because of the past. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's good to remember stuff that happened in the past, but if somebody can explain themselves, I think you need to listen. You know what I'm saying? Because everything that look bad ain't bad. You just gotta have understanding and loyalty. Cause that man done married you. I'm pretty sure that man done married you. He promised he was gonna marry you, and he married you. He wasn't gonna fuck up again. He promised you that after your mom passed, after he seen you on the bed. Come on now. You gotta think about it. But the movie got to swing real bad. Watch this.
Melinda has another breakdown and starts fighting with him until her sisters intervene, taking her inside the house while Robert leaves for the interview. After making it to the company's office, Robert tells
So he was like, man, she gonna whoop the brakes off me. Baby, I'm trying to tell you, it ain't what you think. Baby, it ain't what you think. It ain't that. She got me with a meeting up here, and I know you thinking that right there, but this is gonna help us out. You know what I'm saying? Everything you put your money in on me to support me to do, I ain't finna let you spend your money in vain. You know what I'm saying? Just back me up. You know what I'm saying? That's how he was looking at it. But it went crazy. Watch it. That move got the swing some more.
Diana about the fight, but she tells him to focus on his pitch as it's his only chance to make his dreams come true.
Now you see that? That's a motivation for your ass. That is a friend. Dead serious. That is a friend right there. She ain't trying to come on to him. She ain't trying to kiss him, woo him or nothing. She told him to stay focused because this is your only chance. This could be your only chance to get this, man. You need to present this shit to your tip top. Clear your head. Clear your mind. I know you got a lot of things going on in life. I know you got a lot of stuff beating you upside the head. Argue over here. Family over here arguing at you over here. Get a job. You ain't getting it right here. You can't do this. You doing this because you was focused on this right here. But the thing is, stay focused. Blessings don't come to you as soon as you snap your finger. You got to show some loyalty and dedication to it. Then when you show that loyalty and dedication to it, God going to drop that junk on you. He going to drop it on you and pop it open. He going to pop it open on you like I'm going to pop that Michelob. He going to pop it open on you. Can't let y'all see that. God going to pop it up and he going to pour it up like that right there. He going to pour it up for you. You're going to pour it up, pour it up, pour it up, pour it up. You're going to pour it up for you. You know what I'm saying?
True. As Robert begins his presentation, Calvin and Casey tell their wives that they could not deliver the order on time and so will not get paid. In the meeting, Prescott is impressed by Robert's work and offers him $800,000 to sell his invention.
Now, for people that got a business going on, if you got something that you done doggone took time and years of playing, you better not sell out for no few $100,000. You got to own LLCs on that thing. You need to lease it out. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Now, you're going to get paid through years, for years, millions of dollars. And with those millions of dollars, you can help millions of lives, create a community of peace. It's easy.
And the research, but Robert refuses, insisting to keep the patent in his name. Returning home after, Robert explained to Melinda that he only met Diana for business reasons, but no one believed.
And see, this is where the understanding come in. Came through, explained. Them folks ain't gonna believe in you, bro. Sis, them folks are not gonna believe in you, sis. They gonna try to keep your mind clouded. They want you to still think negative. Even though this came to you, man, face to face in a suit. He left a damn job and came back in a suit, and you think he bullshitting. You think a man gonna just leave his job to go get some cutty? If you do, and if he did, he a fool. Tell you that now. He a fool. If he did that, he a fool. But this is a well-educated college graduate that been working on an invention for a long time. So he ain't that type of guy. He is not that type of guy.
Believes him. Melinda also expresses her anger with him for not accepting a deal which could have solved all their problems and asks for a divorce. Robert collects his stuff and leaves the house, which is soon foreclosed by the bank.
Now you did all that in front of them folks. He left so easy. He left without an argument. He ain't fight nobody. He left with his confidence up. He left with his confidence in his pocket, right there in the front, on his chest, right there next to his heart. He left with his confidence right there. That should have showed the woman something. Now, y'all that standing here, these dudes in here standing here, guess what? Y'all could have been working with me, working for me. I'm going to show y'all how to deliver these batteries. You ain't got to worry about being late to deliver no delivery. Shoot.
Melinda's depression worsens as she is forced to live with her sisters, while Robert takes refuge at a shelter. Seeing her upset, Melinda's sisters set her up with her.
Now, you see this? When you make a promise, stuff get flipped around, and karma will bite you in your backside like a piranha. Like you done jumped in the pool and you got somebody hit you with something, cut open, like a bunch of piranhas on the back of your butt just biting you. Just I'm telling you, you got to stay focused. Keep your minds clear from all that clout chasing these folks doing and all that misunderstanding. You got to have understanding. If she had sat there and listened to that dude and got some understanding about what was going on, she would have never felt the way she was feeling. She would have never had a breakdown. Some folks like that, they call them bipolar. These people ain't bipolar. They just lack understanding. They ain't used to nobody talking to them a certain type of way. They just ain't used to people being straight with them. That's all it is.
Their ex, Devon, who is now divorced and living single.
Now, they done went and did some stuff that hooked her up with her ex. Hooked her up with her ex. Trying to make that man jealous. That man wasn't even thinking about hooking up with that doggone woman. Well, after he found that out, I bet he did then.
Single. While day together, Melinda spots Robert working in the kitchen of the restaurant and thinks all of her struggle.
Now, you see that? This all the time you been trying to get that man, get a job, that man, you looking at that man working. And now you up there thinking like, dang, I bet a cold chill shot up your back so goddamn fast, you almost boo-booed on yourself right there at the table. You want some wine? I don't want no wine. My stomach hurting. I'm feeling kind of funny in the stomach.
struggles were in vain as he could never even secure a stable job. A few days later, Robert meets Melinda in the lawyer's office and tries to apologize, but when she refuses to listen, he signs the divorce papers and leaves.
He tried to explain it. That's how many times that man explains himself. More than he explained himself. He ain't come through fussing, pointing no fingers. It's your fault, this whoop whoop. He came and explained himself right then and there. She said, nah, she ain't want to hear that. He signed them papers, and again, what he did, left without a fuss, with his confident wealth in that front pocket right there close to his heart, focused on that damn invention that he had made. I'm telling you, man, gotta stay focused.
When Robert gets a call from Diana, he tells her about living in a shelter, and she picks him up and takes him to live at her house, where she comforts him that things will get better with time. After a few days, Diana tells him Prescott has offered him a multi-million-dollar deal where he can keep the copyright.
Now you see that? Right after he done doggone signed them papers, them folks done sent the deal through there. Fee. One person lost, another person gained. Loyalty, understanding, love, life, loyalty, understanding, wisdom, unity. You gotta have all that.
Right to himself and just license the battery to the company. Robert begins to cry, overjoyed that after everything he went through, he has finally got what he worked his entire life for. After finalizing the deal, Robert visits Melinda at her office and gives her a check for $10 million and the keys to her house, which she had just bought back. Now regretting her decision.
Now look at it. Like I told you, good folks, good heart, focus. He ain't gonna forget you. The vision, when folks say, I've been working, I'm doing this, some be like, all you saying is this, me, this, but there's a difference. There's a big difference. Because you're not forgotten. He did not forget you. This man just gave you a $10 million check. Now you sitting there looking crazy with the roses in your hand. Look at you. I wonder how many folks done did this before. Feel stupid.
Decision to leave him, Melinda returns home and tells her sisters about what happened with Robert. Frustrated, Melinda accuses her sisters of destroying her life by constantly interfering with her relationship with Robert. Melinda then visits Robert at.
Now look at that. Look at that. Gotta kick them toxic folks and negative folks out your face. You see what happens when you listen to the others? When one person over here doing this, got this going on, now you feel bad. Now you trying to walk up. I wonder what's gonna happen next, huh?
At his penthouse, where she tries to seduce him, but is shocked.
And believe this, you seen it yourself. He ain't never tried to seduce her. When he came and apologized, not one time. He ain't tried to seduce her or nothing. He wanted that stuff to feel sincere. He just told her what he had to say. And she looked him off like, whatever. It's that negative attitude, that toxic mess done got all up in you and done rooted all up in you. Now look what you done did. This man done wrote you a $10 million check. $10 million. That's way more money than you done put in and invested in him. Way 10 times more. Shit, probably 100 times more. $10 million. That man blessed you. Now you looking like he supposed to been sitting there waiting on you after that. You done came for a divorce and got these folks all at him and the sisters all in the business and did all this, talk bad about him. You think he wasn't gonna move on? Shit.
After Diana shows up and introduces herself as Robert's fiancée. Feeling humiliated, Melinda storms out of the penthouse, angry that Diana is living the life that could have been hers. Imagine.
Nah, there's one thing you can't do. When you done gave up on something, don't get mad at that person that picked it up and polished it and moved on and worked on and they living life is life. You could have picked it up and polished it like the way you've been picking it up and polishing it and keeping it clean and being positive and moving motively with a motive, moving willingly, standing there side by side. You could have did that. No, but you went to the other side, want to talk bad, talk down. He can't keep a job. He can't do this. But soon as he pulled up with that $10 million check and gave it to you, now you want to jump back over there. Now you riding around in the car, mad. She over there standing like I'm standing. Dude's y'all too. You over there, that man over there, he just want to do this and this. You know, different people got different attitudes. People know who the good ones is and people know who the bad ones is. People know who got understanding. People know who don't have no understanding. She ain't have no understanding. With them toxic folks in her ear, it wasn't no understanding. With them toxic folks right there, with them folks all in her business, it wasn't no talking. When nobody there was like, just wait, this right here, set both of them down, talked about it together, you know what I'm saying? They didn't do that. They only talked to her. She only talked to them. They made up their mind, her mind, them. They left him out. They ain't tell him nothing. It was everything surprise with him, with the divorce and all that. Now look at you. You ready to go over there and do something. I can tell how she riding that car.
Imagining the two of them together, Melinda becomes consumed by her rage. When Melinda learns Robert has been buying Diana everything she ever wanted, Melinda begins stalking her.
Ooh, boy, I know you mad. I know you mad. Boy, you so mad. You know you mad. You in the room with a red light on looking like you smoking crack. You know you mad.
And posting hate comments online.
Oh, see, I don't went through some stuff like that before. Nah, that's one thing you don't do. When you see somebody living better without you, don't make the misery worse by commenting on their stuff when you see them together living life better. It wasn't like y'all life wasn't good. You had a good life. You just had you had negative people in y'all circle other than positive people in y'all circle motivating and helping the right way other than throwing his dream to the side when he had a plan. Out of all this, ain't nobody in there had a plan. They just wanted to work. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody have a plan. He had a plan. He had a vision. Now you got a friend that seen the vision, understood the vision, and executed every pinpoint on it. Every pinpoint.
One day, while Diana is busy with wedding preparations, Robert tells her that Melinda is suing them, claiming the deal happened before their divorce. The hearing begins.
Now that man just dropped off $10 million to you. You know damn well he gave you that $10 million check after y'all got that divorce. The date is on the check. The dates is on the divorce papers and on him sign. That's corporate. Now you interfering in corporate business. Them folks gonna sue you for that $10 million you just got. You just lost. You made yourself lose because you was mad with that understanding and you wanted somebody to feel your pain. So you took a loss first time, came back, the thing that you lost blessed you. Then you tried to come back with some toxic shit, some negative stuff, and then try to sue and lie, and then turn around. You got countersued. You done lost that $10 million. You done lost that. And you went up in the newspaper. You miserable. Now they finna put all type of charges on you, boy.
But after examining the documents between Robert and Prescott, the judge declares Melinda's allegations false and dismisses. Robert and Diana file a counter lawsuit against Melinda for harassing them and get a restraining order issued against her. Seeing her,
and then she on there laughing like this shit, like it's funny. Ain't nothing fun about that, girl. You caught. You wrote that stuff on social media. Don't you know when people investigate stuff, you can delete it in your phone? When they go back into your phone, they got a system called FBI, and it's called Paper Trail, and it's called technology. Once you send that message through there, it's a list of a bill. Everybody gets it, a phone bill every message that you sent to somebody, every call that you call somebody is on that whole statement through that whole year. Then the next year it starts over again. It's called a statement. Everything on there. You could have did over 2,000 texts. Everything on there. That paper probably be longer than 20 feet. Everything on there. The calls you made, to who, what time, the conversation. That's why they got them, like when you talk on the phone, remember back in the days, they used to have them phones where they had the operator. There are still operators out there. But now it's so with it now that it's technology. You got that Autobot. So the Autobot do more than the human do. The Autobot listens, just like they got that talk text. That's what the Autobot does. When you talk on the phone, the Autobot do the talk text through the phones. You know what I'm saying? When you send a message, you don't need no Autobot then. You know what I'm saying? Just straight ignorant. You told on your doggone self. You built the case on yourself when you sent that message.
Her rising frustration, Melinda's sisters advise Robert and Diana to hire security for their wedding as they fear
Now look at this. The ones that was in the middle, keeping up the mess the whole doggone time. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. You need to do this. You need to do this. Now they over here on his side against their own sister. That's the toxic right there. That's them the ones that should have been removed. Should never listen to them. Should never paid them no attention. None of that. Now the sister's going back to tell them something. Keep yourself protected from this sister. Boy, it's sometime to be your own now. It'll be your own.
Melinda may try to intervene. Meanwhile, Melinda shows up and picks a fight with them for talking behind her back. Furious, Melinda then visits the bridal boutique to destroy Diana's wedding dress with acid. Melinda is then called to the court again, where she learns about Diana's pregnancy. On the judge's orders, Melinda attends counseling sessions where the therapist suspects she might have borderline personality disorder, but Melinda disagrees. The therapist says she should have listened to Robert's justifications, but Melinda is not ready to accept her mistake and walks out of the office.
You should have listened to Robert's justifications. You should have been understanding. You should have listened. All you had to do was listen. You had the attitude that clouded your mind. You were full of toxic negativity. You should have listened. But now you ain't borderline crazy. Them folks says you got some different personalities. You bipolar. You crazy. You done fucked yourself up so many times. You done messed yourself up so many times that you done went crazy yourself. You messed it up for yourself. You can't blame it on nobody else. Besides them toxic ones that was in your ear, feeding you that mess. But it messed you up.
As Robert and Diana get married on a yacht, Melinda's family keeps her at the house to prevent her from hurting them. Melinda, however, manages to sneak out of the house and raids Robert's boat, where she accuses him of wasting the best years of her life and shoots him.
Now what? Wasting the years of his... She the one called for the divorce. So how he wasting years of his... He paid her $10 million. She done went crazy, stalking folks, threatening folks, burning dresses up. Now done shot this man. Crazy. Because you can't stick with the fact that you did it to yourself. You allowed them people to come in your ear. You didn't keep your promise. So you didn't keep your promise. You're a narcissist. You're a whole narcissist. You turned everything around and made it about this dude. You turned everything around. He even came to you and tried to get you to understand what was what. But you was believing what you was hearing, not reality. You didn't want to hear what reality was giving you. You wanted to go with what somebody was telling you. And you wanted to stay angry and remain angry. And you didn't even want to talk to him about it. You just wanted to fight him. So all that stuff built up inside of you until it made you an ugly person on the inside. And now it drove you to the point to now you finna go to prison for shooting this man. You ain't even supposed to be over there. You finna get some charges on you. You done divorced this man. The man gave you $10,000. You done try to compromise their business. That's a charge. Compromising. You done got a charge of compromising. You got a charge of stalking. You got a charge of attempt. Then now you got a charge of attempt to murder with a deadly weapon, and you violated your rights, they rights. You ain't the restraining order they got against you. You done violated all that. You got about 10 charges on you for $10 million. That man gave you $10 million, and when none of them 10 charges would have been on you, now you finna go, boy, you better hope the judge don't look at that clock, and that jump be at 12, and he in the minutes on there. And
Robert tries to reason with her, but Melinda is still not ready to listen and makes the crew members jump off the boat before confronting Diana. Robert,
now you done made the crew, these the witnesses. You done pulled the gun on the pilots and made them jump off, and them some white folk. Lord have mercy.
Intervenes and throws Melinda into the water before asking Diana to start the boat, getting her to save the crew members first. Melinda makes it back on board again and intends to kill Robert with an axe, but is caught by the anchor and dragged into the water. Melinda drowns while Diana and the crew members rush to rescue Robert. Subscribe for more videos like this, turn on notifications.
Now you see that? Now you see that? Boy, done turned around, tried to kill his man. The bed that you plan for somebody else is gonna be the one you laying in. All you need in life is understanding. If it's something that don't seem like it's right, understanding. You got to keep your sane, keep you from doing some stupid stuff, to keep you from jumping off the edge or getting pulled down. When nobody did, it was only God that made it happen. What are the odds that you would get drugged to the bottom of the ocean by anchor on accident when you over here trying to kill these people? You did it to yourself. You did it to yourself. Well, y'all know at Doe'Go TV, I just had to come with a bango this time, but next time I'm gonna come with another one. I'm gonna find another one so we can chill back and look at this stuff and iterate on life. Yeah, shoot, cause that job right there was crazy. Y'all be safe out there. Stay tuned. Well, I'm finna get on Assassin's Creed in a little minute. Peace out.
My life be like, yeah. My life be like, yeah. My life be like.